So today we are looking at Microsoft Excel. We want to look at cells. We want to look at adjustment and operations on cells. So that's what we shall be looking at. But before then, let's look at some of the points that we need to take note of. These are very important for you to understand how Excel works. So the first thing we are looking at is that Microsoft Excel is made up of workbook. Take note of that. At the beginning of my class about Excel, I talk about that workbook. It's just Excel is just like a book. Inside it, there are sheets inside. You understand? So these sheets you can write inside, and of course they are made up of rows. Inside the sheet there are rows and columns like that. Like if it's arithmetic books like that, those old books we used those days. So the same thing, Excel is just like it has book. It's made up of book. Those books, they are called workbook. You understand? You can create several workbook from Excel software. Then a workbook is made up of worksheets. You understand? It's worksheet, or you can call it sheet if you like. Then a worksheet, they are made up of what? Rows and columns. Rows and column. Rows are another name for rows is record, and column is field. So they are made up of rows and column. Column is the vertical, space, or the vertical space of field. Then rows is the horizontal space, or you call it record. Okay, the smallest unit of worksheet or sheet is a cell. So that is it. A cell is simply an intersection of rows and column. The rows and column form cell, where they intersect form cell. Now, the selected cell, when you select a cell, you click a cell. That cell is called the active cell. Then the worksheet. After there are could be several sheets on workbook. So the selected sheet is your active sheet. We're going to look at the following. That at the end of these lectures, you're able to insert cells, new cells, create cells, insert rows, insert columns, insert sheets, delete cells, delete rows, delete column, and delete sheet. Then the other one is adjustment of row height. You are also going to be able to use auto fit row height. I'll explain that. Then column width, then auto fit column width. Then you have default width. Then visibility of you're going to work on how to make your cells, rows, column, and worksheet to be visible. You can work on the visibility. So then organization of worksheets, be able to organize your worksheet effectively, and then protection of worksheet. So inside the protection, we're going to look at some things, how to just make your worksheet to be protected, maybe password protected, and make it just a read only kind of. We are still using this data set, that I used in my previous classes. So this is the cells segment, this cell group I'm going to take today. The first one is insert. So very simple. I have several methods I can do one single thing, but I'm just take it very fast. So we look at insert cell. Anywhere you click is active cell, so you can insert cell there. So you click, you insert cell. So you want to shift cell right, you want to shift it down, you want to conduct it across the entire row. Let me just use cell right. By default it's in shift cell right. Okay, so let's click it and see what it to give us. So it has created one in that active cell and has shifted this one to my right hand side. The previous one there, it has shifted. You can shift it down. You can create an entire row if you want it like that. So that is it. So you can also right click. And you can see insert here now. So you want to insert cell right. You can do that. You can try that on your own. Okay. So the next one is you can insert sheets, rows. Let's insert sheet. This one is insertion. Now we are doing creating a new cell, rows, and columns. So you click, it has create a new row there. So let me undo and go back. So the other one is, because sometimes you just write things and you want to, how do I excuse I've jumped somebody's name, the person has to be between 7 and 8, so you can create another row in between and then insert. So column, the same thing, so you can do that of column. You can just see what it gives you. Okay, so I told you that we cannot use other means. Like if I come here now, it will show this arrow. Can you see this arrow? Pointed arrow, it's pointing there. So you right click, you say insert, it can insert a row if it's a row. If it's column, you put it on column axis. If I want it here, I'll put column axis like this, right click and insert. It's going to create like that. So These are different methods. What are if it's sheet? We have sheet 1 here. Let me name the sheet 1 as class 1, class 1, class 101. Okay, that is the name of this sheet. If you want to name it, it's very simple. You just right click on it, rename. So that is how to rename. So I will name it. I want to insert a new worksheet there, or a sheet there. So I click. You see now I've inserted a new worksheet. So I can right click on it and name it class 102. I can name it as class 102. Okay. So when I name it as class 102, I can even shift it. Oh, sorry, 102. So I can shift it. I can drag and shift it here. You understand? You can start change it anyhow. So let me come back here. So that is for insertion of sheet. Okay. So the reverse, which is to delete, is the same thing. So you can just do that. You want to delete. It's going to shift. It's going to disrupt your. If I delete it, you have to be very careful. Understand? Calculate very well. What are you deleting? It's going to disrupt the entire settings. So if I'm deleting say, it's going to ask me, do you want this set to be shifted left? It's going to affect the entire, you see now it's deleted. Yeah. So but if you are deleting row, of course it's going to delete the entire row. You understand? So let me undo back and bring it back. Delete, you're going to lose your data, but you can use undo, Control Z to bring it back. So the same thing with delete sheet and delete stuff. So if you want to do it, you want to delete column, you can also do it like this: delete row, put it on the row, you delete, click delete here. Or you want to delete column, you can click delete here. You can also hide it. If you want to delete it, you just hide it. There's on hide there when you hide it. Okay, that is for delete. So I just want to make it very short, this class to be very short, so I can delete sheet, the active sheet. Take note, it doesn't just pick at random. The sheet that's active, or the column that's active, or the cell that is active, or the row that's active, that's what this operation will be performed on. Okay, so that's for delete. So let's go to the last section, which is format. Format has several stuff there. So one of them is row height. So if I want to adjust the row height, this is my row. So I want to adjust my row height now. So I can just click. It will ask me, if you see these dotted lines here, it means that it's going to give you a box that will help you to type whatever I want to type. So you click, it's telling you that it's 15 now. I want to make it to be 20. Fine, it can be 20 now. So I'm adjusting row to 20. If you want all of them, you can just make sure you click here, and you can just highlight the if you want it to affect all of them. So you can go here now and just do that, adjust it. You understand? That is one way. But the short way too, you can right click here on the row. Now a row has a height, not width. Row is height, so that's why you see row height here. Why a column has a width? Column has a width. So if you right click, you see column width. It's not column height. Column is already high, so it's not column height, column width. So that is for column width. So for that, so if you want to do that, you can right click. You want to adjust it, row height. It's going to ask you to type the same way. Then if it's column width, you right click, column width. It's going to ask you for the number, and you can adjust it. You can also manually adjust it, yeah, like that. You change to this cross when you put it at the border. You know, when you want to expand, let's assume that you want to expand a country, it's the border that will be expanded. So if you want to expand this to the row now, which is number 2, you go to its border. You go to its border and expand it. That's where. So you drag it. When you change to that cross, know that it's waiting for you. It's an undo for you to drag. Okay, so I can drag it back, can adjust it. If you want to select everything, you can just click here. You select everything. Okay. If you want to select only this one, you can also select only this one, not everything. So that is for row. I've done that, but this is auto fit. Auto fit just automatically. You know, you can drag it to be wide, the row to be so wider than what is even required. So you want it to be automatically fitted. You want Excel to decide automatically what is the best possible width for your column, or best possible width for your row. I mean, best possible height for your row. So that's where auto fit comes in. Okay, so auto fit, it just fit it for me. You understand? So that's for. So let me take that off row now. I can say row auto fit. So it has been adjusted already. Okay. So the same thing with let me just take this one, auto width. Let me see. So you can auto fit here. So you can see now it has fitted it. It just sized it exactly according to the data set, which I don't want that. So I always want to customize it the way I want. Okay, so that is for auto fit, whatever default width. You can take it back to the default setting. Yeah, so this one is hide and hide columns. You can try this one on your own. You can hide the rows. I want to hide these rows, so you can hide and unhide. So I want to hide the row. You can hide. It's hidden now, but it's not deleted. Take note of that. So you want to unhide again. I can unhide it. Let me unhide it. Okay. Okay. So that one is hidden now. So I can go. Let me unhide or hide row. Okay. Let me just select this place. And see how to unhide. Okay, so I've unhide it. So I just selected everything that I know in between the number 1 and 3. So you just unhide it. Okay, so it's not deleted. So you want to delete, but yet you don't want it to interfere with what your focus is. So that's when you use hide. Okay, so rename sheets. The sheets here, you can rename it like as that method I used was shortcut. I call it shortcut. You can also rename it. I can rename it as 105. You see now, that's rename. You can right click and so rename. Let's say 106, or you can double click. You understand? Then you can rename. Okay, so then the tab color, you can color it. You can color that the worksheet, that class 107. You can color it. Okay, so you can see it here right now. Okay, let me just here talked about. Now we're going to look at move. So if you want to move, you can click this. You can try this one, of course, but I have a short way of moving. So you can click here, you move it to wherever you want to move it to. I can move this. I can move it 1 or 2 here. You can drag it to show you pointed dots black. It shows that it's movable. The position is going to be. So I moved it. So I move it here back. So that is various operations of move. So now let us quickly look at the other one, which is protect sheet, which is the last one. Now this protection, I'm going to just take them once. Format cell is here. Okay, let me just take protect sheet. Now this protection, I'll take all of them once, because now to protect means to restrict. You want to restrict people from having access, because of course Excel most times stores sensitive information. Can be on finance or about personal data, about data of people. So if identity is altered or something is altered on it, that could be very, very disastrous. So that's why it's necessary for sheet protection to take place here. So if you go to this place, you want to protect your sheet now, protect your password. So if I click here right now, I say protect sheet. So you can type. Let me just type 1 2 3 4. Okay. So I'll protect it now. So I'll protect it. I'll re-enter again. Okay. So if I click it now, so if somebody want to change what is there now, it can't change. You see, I try to change it. It's saying that I should unprotect it first. So if I don't know the password, I can't do anything. So in case, it's very, very okay to protect, but you must remember your password. Okay. So let me unprotect it now. So if you come here, it will show you unprotect. So let me put it my unprotect here. So yes, I will protect it now. So if I delete it, if I click delete now, I can't delete it. You understand? So that is protection. Let me show you one more that you can try it on your own. So file, I want to protect the entire workbook. I protected only class 107, but if you want to protect these 2 sheets, they are the constituent of this workbook, this entire workbook. The workbook they're made up of 2 sheets here. So if you want to protect the workbook as a whole, so I click this file. So I go to info. There's info here. So you click protect workbook. So there are a lot of several restriction access. You can click this one, encrypt with password, protect current sheet, like that. So you can try some of those access control, and possibly you can just try on your own and see what you get there. So this is where I'm going to end in this class right now, and then just practice, and I think I will drop my email or information that you can use to contact me on the description box below. So if you have any comments or any question or anything you want me to take or clarify, do let me know, and I will try and reply to your email. Thank you very much.